Hello, my name is Mr. Fralisi, and I teach integrated science and environmental science here at Sayreville War Memorial High School. I'm looking forward to this year. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions at all, you could always reach me through email at daniel.ferlisi@sayrevillek12.net. That information will also be in the presentation. All right, I'd love to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an alumnus from the School of Environmental and Biological Science at Rutgers University. I have a bachelor's degree in animal science with a concentration in pre-veterinary medicine. And I also have a bachelor's degree in entomology. And for those of you who don't know, that is the study of insects. Um, I am an independent consultant, lab technician, and research scientist for Rutgers University and Princeton University, with publications in the field of nuclear magnetic resonance and entomology. My favorite pastime is to spend time with my family, um, my beautiful wife Kristen, my beautiful son Sebastian, and my soon to be beautiful son on the way. Name is still in discussion. And we love going on to trips to local art museums. I love teaching environmental science because it gives me the opportunity to teach students how to look at the world through a different lens. I teach people to not only appreciate our world, but to understand our world in hopes to solve the problems of our world. I'm extremely excited to spend the next year with you guys, and I hope you share the same excitement I do. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I am Mr. Mish. Thank you for stopping by the back to school night. I've prepared a PowerPoint presentation for you. Let me share my screen and we can get started. Everything's a process. All right, here we go. Welcome back to school, Sayreville War Memorial High School. Again, I am Mr. Mish. I am your student's environmental science teacher. If you need to email me, please email me at edward.mish@sayrevillek12.net. A little bit about me. I have a master's of arts in teaching. I have a bachelor's of science in biological sciences with concentration in pre-med. I am a graduate of Sayreville War Memorial High School in 1988, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, or at least that's what I tell the students. They usually get a kick out of that. My work experience. I am starting my 14th year of teaching here at Sayreville. I was a toxicology laboratory technician for Exxon Biomedical Sciences. I was also a laboratory technician for the New Jersey State Medical Examiner's Office. My family life, I have been married to my wife for 27 years, and we have an adult son and daughter.
So the purpose of our environmental science course, the goal of our environmental science course is to provide students with the scientific principles, concepts, and methodologies required to understand the interrelationships of the natural world, to identify and analyze environmental problems, both natural and human-made, to evaluate the relative risks associated with these problems, and to examine alternative solutions for resolving or preventing them. In other words, one of our goals is to get students to solve the problems that we created, and hopefully we can do that. Environmental science is interdisciplinary. It embraces a wide variety of topics from different areas of study. There are several major unifying constructs or themes that cut across the many topics included in the study of environmental science.
So what we're going to go over now is the scope and sequence of our environmental science class. During quarter one, we're going to do introduction to environmental science. We started out going through the scientific method, and we did that by our Whirligig challenge. So hopefully your student has come home and discussed the engineering challenge that we've provided for them, just going over again the scientific method and for them learning the process by actually doing the process. We will be covering chapter one, which is an introduction to the environmental science, and chapter two, economics and environmental policy. During quarter two, we're going to talk about the different systems in the environment, the Earth's environmental systems, the water cycle, phosphorus cycle, and the like of that. Quarter three, humans and the environment. We're going to discuss biodiversity and why it's important, and how we can be better at conserving our environment. We're going to talk about human population, and we're going to talk about the environment's health. Quarter four, we're going to talk about toward a sustainable future. We're going to discuss non-renewable energy, renewable energy resources or alternatives, and global climate change.
Um, we will be using a textbook in environmental science, not for every activity. It depends what we're doing. So when we have some activities or some assignments that require the textbook that we use is Pearson's Environmental Science, Your World, Your Turn, by J.H. Withgott. The textbook is available in the classroom. Hopefully, when we go back soon, and maybe signed out with teachers' permission. The textbook is also available online, and students will always have access to that. And the instructions to access it online are in the Google Classroom.
What's most important is how are we grading environmental science? We've divided into three different categories. The first category is assessments. The assessments are worth 80% of the marking period grade. Tests, quizzes, labs, projects, and classwork are all rolled into assessments. Then we have homework. Homework is worth 5% of the marking period grade. We don't give out too much homework. A lot of times, the homework will be things that they did not complete in class. In addition, our quarterly exams are worth 15% of the marking period grade. That is district wide, and every teacher has 15% for the quarterly. Let's talk about do nows. We have provided them an opportunity to earn 100 points in marking period by simply doing and participating in class. The first thing that you need to understand is that the do nows are written on the board daily. And what the students need to do when they come in is they take a do now sheet for a week. And in the Q portion of the do now sheet, they need to write the question. And then they need to write the answer in the A portion of the do now sheet. We grade these based upon their answers, not necessarily being correct or right, but that they're actually answering the questions. And during our do now conversations, they need to, if they made a claim, provide evidence for their reasoning. And that's a way for me to determine what they're thinking about and how they're viewing the world, or if I need to change directions and reteach a lesson. So it doesn't need to be correct in order to get full credit for it. It's just that they have to answer the question of the day, and they need to do that on a daily basis.
Thank you so much for watching my presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach me anytime. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much. Have a good one, everyone.
Sharing my screen. All right. Thank you very much for stopping by tonight. Please, if you have any questions or concerns, always email me. I usually get back to you within 24 hours, unless there's some type of issue. So please, don't ever feel that that's an issue. Give me a call back, and thank you very much. Have a good evening.